Hello, everyone. My name is Mr. Quinn. I am the 6th, 7th, and 8th grade social studies teacher here at St. Mary's Elementary School. We're so happy to have everyone back this year, especially amid everything that's happening. We are obviously following all the safety measures and protocols to make sure that everyone is healthy during this year. And we're just so excited and so happy to have all the kids back and all the faculty back, and we're looking forward to another great school year. Just to sum up simply what I do, I teach 6th grade world history. So for that year, they're going to cover things such as early human civilizations and learning about how to read primary and secondary sources, maps and geography. And we'll go as far as modern Europe, roughly around the Renaissance to the Protestant Reformation. 7th grade is part 1 of American history, so we learn about Mesoamerica, and we should get around pre-Civil War era in terms of that topic. And then we get to 8th grade, which picks it up from the Civil War and gets close to modern America. Most of the time we get to World War II, maybe Cold War if we have a little extra time. And for this school year, I'm asking your students to get a book that I posted in their classrooms as part of a homework and assignment. It's the Everything You Need series. I'm sure your kids have probably even seen it, or some had even used it last year. Some, especially in the 7th and 8th grade right now, they should have their books from last year. I am asking, though, if you are a 6th grader or if you are a 7th grader, so an incoming 6th and 7th grader, to get the new book that I provide on the classroom. It's only $7 or $8 for a hard copy, and it's only around $7 or $8 if you want a digital copy. So if you have any questions, you can email me about that. We are following all the Common Core and New York State standards that are provided for me. And most of the year, we're going to go into analyzing primary sources, learning about why certain events in history happened, and having the students formulate their own answer for their own history based on what I provide for them in a given lesson. If you have any additional questions for me about this school year, you can email me anytime. I'd love to get back to you, and I'll also be on the live stream, so you can ask me any questions at that time too.
Greetings, everyone. This is Mrs. Donnelly. I'm the middle school science teacher here at St. Mary's. You may not recognize me in this room. I've had to step away from my lab a little bit and function in a regular classroom with desks and chairs all seated according to our latest social distancing guidelines. And that brings me also to a 7th grade homeroom. So for some of you, I am your child's homeroom teacher. So you may be wondering how we're going to blend our science learning with all of the latest guidelines this year. Well, some things will stay the same. My 6th, 7th, and 8th graders will still have lab once per week. My 6th graders will have labs on Wednesday. My 7th graders will have lab on Tuesday. And my 8th graders will have lab on Mondays. When I say lab, I mean there will be no sharing of materials. I will do a lab demonstration, or the kids will visit with me a virtual lab site where they can manipulate materials on a screen and tabulate data and follow the scientific method. So the latest science guidelines say that as long as kids are manipulating data and watching and managing materials on a screen, it still qualifies as a lab experiment. So the first big thing for us this year is that I'm happy we will still be doing our labs according to the lab schedule, and kids can follow scientific method and submit their lab handout the week after a lab activity is completed. Next thing, you may be wondering, how are we going to take notes? Well, if I learned one thing from the spring of 2020, I've learned that we can in fact function in a paperless classroom. So all notes and Google Slides and PowerPoints will still be on our Google Classroom, and I will have students upload a digital notebook slide so they can keep track of their images and their vocabulary. Any tests will be announced usually a week before it happens. And another thing I've learned in the spring of 2020 is that Open-ended questions still can assess students' knowledge. When I say open-ended, I mean I give them a question in a time setting and they write sentences from memory. Or perhaps they can look up information and still tabulate sentences. Those show me their understanding in a way that reaches beyond just your typical multiple choice. If you're thinking about our textbooks, all resources are online. I would encourage parents to sit with their students at sometimes, maybe once a week, once every other week, and just check in together our Google Classroom and look for announcements and assignments and handouts. So I look forward to a wonderful year. I am just an email away. If you have any questions or concerns, I'm always here to help you with any science-related information. Let's make this a great year.